In this lesson for resume starting points, we're going to cover 5 do's and 5 don'ts for items you should be including, or not, on your resume. Let's explore the 5 common items you should include on your resume. Some of these might already be a part of your resume, but let's re-examine to see if there's a fresh perspective to take on them. Always include your name, phone number, email address, and city and state where you currently live. When was the last time you actually received physical mail from a potential employer? Exactly. There's not any reason to take up more space, either visually or spacing-wise, by including your street address and zip code. I recommend keeping it simple. If you want to include links to your LinkedIn or other websites, such as a blog, then I recommend inserting the icons for those sites or publications as a way to avoid simply writing out an ugly-looking URL. Your education should be definitely included, as well as the month and year of graduation or anticipated graduation if you're still working towards a degree. Professional experience should be one section that includes your legal internships, jobs, or roles. Create a separate section for volunteer pro bono opportunities, such as bar associations or legal clinics. We'll cover this a little bit more during the boot camp. Publications and speaking, or just one of those, just publications, just speaking, should be highlighted on your resume. We'll cover ways to get published later, but you should keep this section on your weekly or bi-weekly check-in list to make sure you don't get behind on updating and forgetting to include something you've had published, or an opportunity where you were able to speak on a topic, such as during a student organization event, even if you're just a moderator. We'll also cover how to handle an interest and hobby section later in this boot camp. Let's review 5 common items you should not include on your resume. GPA. Unless you have a really high GPA or achieved an academic honor or recognition, don't include your GPA. GPA weights, averages, and other grading norms vary across schools and industries. It's not worth potentially causing confusion if your resume is sitting side by side with another candidate, even if it means you might have technically ranked higher. Take the potential for GPA confusion out of the equation. Also, some resumes, especially in-house or corporate roles, may not be reviewed by a person that understands that a 3.5 GPA for a law student is incredible and shows some major dedication to studies. I have also found that any law firms that care about GPA or class rank will request your transcripts or require that you submit your transcripts at the time of applying. So it really is redundant to include your GPA. Ultimately, I lean towards not including your GPA on your resume, absent a valid reason for doing so. High school or high school jobs should not be included on your resume. This includes whether you place it under the education section or achievements or experience section. They are likely irrelevant. Sorry if that hurts, but it's the truth, and you should be focusing on developing other achievements. We'll talk about this later during the boot camp. You should move away from including college or postgraduate work that isn't relevant to your targeted professional industry too. For example, on my resume early in law school, you saw that I included some industry-specific experience from Apple and Sony Music, since having those names were a way to elevate my resume with some recognizable, large company names. Tread carefully here, as I've honestly reviewed a resume where someone listed Sub Sandwich Master Crafter while working at Subway. Don't do this. Part-time sales, retail, or service industry jobs should not be included on your resume, as most of the time they do not add to your professional experience or professional brand. Think critically about your resume. Are you including irrelevant positions or experience to appear like you have more items on your resume, simply to fill in a gap? Don't. We'll cover some great ways to start building your resume with valuable, relevant experience so that you can move past an empty-feeling resume. References are not needed on a resume either. Why? Because it's implied they are available upon request. Most of the people reviewing your resume have no need to contact or review your reference. If references are needed, then those are typically requested as you proceed through the hiring process, and they'll likely ask for them again and not just pull them from your resume. In my experience, an employer that follows standard reference requirements will still need you to provide a specific set of reference types, such as a former manager or coworker, or one professional and one educational reference. Another reason to not include your references on your resume is that you should always strive to provide notice to your references as to when they should expect a call or an email from a potential employer. You can then tell them about the opportunity, what some of the key skills or experience points the hiring person is looking for, and how they can best help you in serving as your reference. 2 or more pages, please do not do this. 1 page should be sufficient, with the second page to list out publications or pro bono work as needed. Even with 2 pages, you should not go beyond a quarter or the top half of that second page. Anything beyond is simply not necessary. And yes, I've seen a resume with 8 pages to list out their publications and summaries of each. It's simply not going to help, so don't do it.